Hi, everyone. I wanted to quickly go over Formative with you. It's goformative.com for those of you who are not familiar with it. It's a great way to share assignments with your students, especially now that we're moving to distance learning. From the Classes tab, once you create your account, you can easily import your Google Classroom and have your classes there. That way, when you create a formative, you can assign it to them and post it directly to your Google Classroom. If I go to the Formatives tab, I can see the folders that I've created for each one of my classes. I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a new formative. I am going to enhance a PDF, and you can upload them from your computer or your Google Drive, which is a really nice feature. And right now with the free version, you can add up to 20 pages a month, which I find to be plenty. If I was to put the reading that I wanted my students to use with the graphic organizer on here, that would definitely eat up more pages. But I just post the reading separately on Google Classroom, and I haven't had any issues with it since. So I'm going to title my formative. And what I want my students to do is to complete the graphic organizer as they are doing the readings. So I want them to be able to type in each text box. So I'm just going to click here, and I want them to be able to type pretty lengthy things if they want to. So I'm not going to do the short answer, but the essay. And some of them will give me an essay. And then I am just going to label each one of the items that I want the students to complete. Now, if I had a worksheet that had different questions on it, or if I wanted to create a worksheet that had different questions, there are different options that you can use. And I will show you another one in just a minute. But all you do is you select the type of item that you want the students to have wherever you want it on the page, and you just click and add. So I would add these two also, but now I want to assign it. I'm done, and I'm going to give it to my 8th graders, and you just select the section you want, assign and post to Google. And that is it. It has posted to my Google Classroom. You will need to go in and edit the assignment if it's worth so many points in the due date that you want, but that's fairly easy. And now you see all the students that it's been assigned to, and I will be able to look at their answers once they put those in. If I go and look at another assignment that I've created previously, I did put in the reading that went with the questions, but you can also enhance the documents with other things. Right here, I had the factors of production, and I wanted my students to learn a little bit more information about that. So I added an item right here, which was a YouTube video that further explains it. And then once they're done watching that, they can answer the questions. It's very easy to look at your students' answers once they're all done. So this was an assignment my students completed a few weeks ago, and I'm going to look at their responses. And I had most of my students complete the activity. The ones who didn't, it says no response. And if I was going to grade it, I would just click on their answer, and I can read their individual answer, and then I can assign points. What's really nice is if they answered but they didn't quite get the complete answer, you can assign partial credit depending on what you want. And you can also give feedback to the students for their answers. If I wanted to look at all of Amirani's answers for this assignment, I could click right here next to the 1, and it would show me everything that Amirani answered. If I want to look at all the student responses for item number 3, I can click through the student names, and I can see what each student answered. So it's pretty easy. I found that this has been a great way to get the students engaged, and especially now that we're not going to be able to interact with them in person, this is a way to get them some content and be able to provide feedback to them in a pretty easy format.